What up, y'all? It's your boy Spiff, and I'm back again with another Most Spiff production, man. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you're not, make sure you hit that like button. Hit the like button either way it go, you know what I'm talking about? And if you didn't see that last video, make sure you go check that out, man. My boy HB rolling with the Hulk smash truck. He ain't leave empty-handed, boy, from that car show. He was in the top 5, so y'all go check him out, man. Especially if you got an Instagram, HB rolling, man. Y'all go follow him on Instagram. But today, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do an update and like a review on all my performance mods. Not the cosmetic mods, which is like my wrap, tire sticker, stuff like that. But all my performance mods, which is like my tires, intake, stuff like that. Tell you why I got them and where they stand for us now and today. How I feel about them now. So we're gonna start with, we're gonna go in order in which I bought them. And my first mod is my tires. That would be my first performance mod. And I actually bought the tires before I even thought about starting a YouTube channel, because them 245/45s was slick, boy. I'm talking about they were slick, especially in the rain. So that's my first mod I'm gonna review and update is my tires. So walk around here. So when I got this car, these were 245/45 20s, Firehawk, Firestones, yeah. And I tried to get bigger than 245, 275/40s on here, but in the front, that's the biggest you're gonna get on here is the 275/40s. Now in the back, you can get bigger. You can get bigger. You can get up to like 315 or something like that. Maybe bigger. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But I know in the front, that's all you're going to get up here because of that little bolt right there. Anything wider than that is going to be rubbing. But these tires, soon as I put them on, the first thing I noticed is like the steering was a whole lot tighter with them wider tires on the road. And it's because now you got more tire on the road. So when you turn your sport mode on, it's gonna increase that even more that you got wider tires on it, because wider tires mean more traction. And when you turn that sport mode on, it's like it grips the road more and it hugs the road more. And with them wider tires, you get even more traction and more grip, especially when you cutting corners. When you cutting corners in a car this wide and that heavy, you gonna need some wider tires, because the first thing I noticed, like I told you before, first thing I noticed about these tires is getting on and off the interstate, especially when it was raining, I was fishtailing. So that was my first mod. And come to find out after doing my research, these are actually Achilles Desert Hawks. Those are Achilles Desert Hawks, 275/40 20s. And actually after doing my research, I come to find out that these tires are kind of more of a soft compound, meaning like these tires, they get when they heat up, they get soft. And that's one of the first things I know, that if I can't, as soon as I come off the interstate from doing like 100 or 120 or something, I can almost smell them sometimes. And like when I pull in a gas station parking lot after I done it, it'd be like rocks, sticks, and everything will be sticking to the tires, because now they done heated up, they done got soft, and now they sticky. Which that's an upside and a downside to that. Upside is when they get soft, they sticking to the road. You got traction like crazy. Downside is those soft compound tires, you run through them a little bit faster than any other tires, especially if you're doing what I've been doing with them, like burnouts and stuff. So I would say that would be the only downside to them tires, is that they kind of a soft compound, and they probably wouldn't last as long as some of the other ones, but you will get good performance out of them tires. That's for sure. That's for sure. So the next mod I put on my car is my AFE GT Momentum cold air intake. And I chose this AFE Power, which is advanced flow engineering, because that's what they good at. They good at figuring out ways to add power to your car through airflow. And that's mainly what gives your car more horsepower. You get more air into your engine, you can push more air in, you get more horsepower. But I like this one for several reasons. One is because I don't have to take this apart, take it loose to see if it's dirty. And right now, it's still fairly clean. You can see a little dirt in there, but I don't have to replace this. I can take it out, wash it, and put it back in there. That's the thing I like about that. And it comes with this Hellcat scoop, which sucks in air right there. And if you go back on some of my other videos, on my 0 to 60 video, or the video where I installed this, you can actually hear it sucking in air right there. Every time I hit the gas, it's like, you can hear it sucking in air. So that right there, sucking in air, bringing it in all right there, is giving my car a significant amount of horsepower. Because like I said before, you getting more air into your engine, that equals more horsepower. This pipe, it was bigger than the last pipe, and it seemed like it's longer because the other one had like a more of a fat piece right here, and it had the piece that kind of bent over, which to me didn't look like, you know what I'm saying, you could, seemed like to me that thing was, I ain't gonna say it was terrible for airflow, but seemed like it was a lot of restriction inside that stock intake. But this cold air intake, it also changed the sound of my car. Like, I love the way my car sound with this air intake on there. With this GT Momentum, it changed the sound of my car completely. Like, my car has a little bit of a, like a rumble to it now. See if I can throw in a couple of clips of that so y'all can hear it. That's the first two things I noticed about this GT Momentum AFE cold air intake is, one, my throttle seemed like it got a little bit more sensitive. And then two, I could tell about the sound. Those were the two things I noticed immediately. But if I had to guess on just how much horsepower this GT Momentum cold air intake was giving me, it's giving me at least 10. At least 10, I know. At least 10. Because it changed my 0 to 60 time by almost a half a second. But yeah. But now that I'm getting more air into my engine, giving me more horsepower, I need to figure out a way to get more air out of my engine in the back, which is gonna give me even more horsepower, which means I'm probably finna have to look at getting the exhaust. Now, there's something I don't wanna do because I've heard them V6s with exhaust and I don't like it. It's only been like a couple of, I done heard maybe 1,000 different Challenger and Charger V6s exhaust, and I've maybe only maybe two of 1,000. So I don't know. To me, exhaust on these cars sound like Honda V6. I'm just gonna say it. I like the way my car sound now. I don't really want to put no exhaust on it, but it looked like that's what I'm gonna have to do to get my car. One of the ways I'm gonna get my car faster is to get more air in and out the back. So I'm gonna have to consider getting some exhaust. One that has maybe like a deep tone to it versus that raspy buzzing sound. I hate that. So I'm loving it. I'm loving my GT Momentum cold air intake. And it also seemed like my car was constantly modifying itself to this GT Momentum cold air intake for like a week. It just seemed like I kept getting more power and torque for like a week. But my next mod would be this here. My JLT oil separator, some call them. But JLT oil catch can, what that does is, as the oil comes through here and tries to circulate back into the engine, this right here is filtering out anything that does not got no business going back into my engine. If it's no good for my engine, it's gonna stop it right here. And what that does is it prolongs the life of your car. And you don't necessarily have to be a performance car, a muscle car, or a sports car to be able to have. I recommend anybody getting one of these because Anytime you catching sludge and other junk that don't need to go back in your engine, you doing yourself some good. Performance car or not, you doing yourself some good with that, man. Because I've checked it and this bad boy was almost full. So it's definitely filtering something from going back into my engine. And I'm glad of that, man. I'm glad of that. Because constantly running your car at high RPM without this, that stuff is just gonna keep going right back, right back, right back, and circulating in there. And that's what thins your oil out. And like, if you ever notice, if you ran your oil like all the way till the light came on, and then some, you'll notice that oil is really, really thin, and you can almost feel the grit and grime in there. You do not want that in your engine, man. That right there will catch outlet. So that would be the next one. And my next mod would be my pedal box. My pedal box is my next mod I put on the car. And this pedal box, now the thing I love about that pedal box is I get my horsepower like soon as I hit the gas. Like normally what I would normally have to floor it to get that horsepower, I don't even have to do none of that. I can say maybe not even half in the car, get all this horsepower right then and there. And also, since I had that pedal box, it's a whole lot easier for me to do burnouts now. Now, I ain't really tried no donut or nothing like that. Now, I ain't saying my car can't do one, but I do a lot of fishtailing and a lot of getting sideways now. And actually, a couple of nights ago, man, it was raining. I was making a left turn at a light, and actually just stopped raining. You know how it just stopped raining and you still got that water kind of sitting on the ground? Man, my traction control was off, and that pedal box was all the way up. Man, I made a left turn, barely hit the gas, and man, my car almost spun all the way around. Boy, you talking about somebody's heart was beating fast, I don't know what. I said, man, I gotta start paying more attention to when that pedal box is on. Cause sometimes it be on and I don't know it. Cause sometimes if you don't turn it off before you turn the car off, as soon as you turn your car back on, it's gonna go right back to that same mode it was in and I ain't know. So that pedal box is definitely giving me an edge, especially on the track, because one thing I can tell when I race against V8s is from the jump, I'm right there with them. And after watching them videos, like I go back and I kind of like study my videos, try to learn from my mistakes. And one thing I notice is if I don't get the jump on them, if I don't get the jump on them by third gear, that's it. And I notice like I'm with them to about third or fourth gear. Once they get up to about 70, 80 miles an hour, they kind of pull on off. So without that pedal box, I would even have that much. You know what I'm saying? They'll probably just run off and leave me from the jump. But with that pedal box, I'm right there with them, man. It most definitely give me an edge. You come off the line fast as I don't know what. That pedal box has most definitely made my car faster, man. And this is my speculation. Also, with that pedal box, it don't give you more horsepower, but because you get your horsepower so fast, I have reason. This is me. This is just my opinion. It don't give you more horsepower, but I believe it give you more torque. Because there's no way, you know what I'm saying, for your car to get that much horsepower that quick. It ain't just your RPM. Like your car gotta mechanically match it. You know what I'm saying? And that's where that come in at. That's where that torque come in at. Once that pedal box and electronically tell that throttle to go and kick in, and them RPM kick in, your car has to mechanically match that. And I think that's where the torque come in at. And I say that's just my opinion. You don't get you more horsepower, but I'm thinking you get some more torque out that thing. And also, somebody asked me, do I believe that the pedal box, is it giving you more gas? If it giving you better fuel economy? I think not, because even in city mode, when it say it's better for economy fuel wise, it didn't actually say that. But if you didn't read it right, it'll have you thinking that, you know what I'm saying, give you better gas. But I don't think it do, because even in the lowest mode, my car still got a little bit more get up than what it normally would. And the only way your car gonna have more get up is getting more gas. So I don't think it's you getting better fuel economy in city mode, in the lowest mode. So I'm most definitely happy with that pedal box, man. I recommend that pedal box to anybody, and it's for all makes and models. It's not just for Dodge cars. It go on Honda, Ford, Chevy. You just have to make sure you order the right part for your car, and I will leave the link in the description so you can get to their website. My next mod would be my 180 degree thermostat. Now, that 180 degree thermostat is one of my favorite mods. Why? Because the cooler the temperature your car run at, the more horsepower you can maintain and the faster you will go. Because one thing I've noticed, especially when I'm doing my 0 to 60 test, after I've done that test about 4-5 times, after I get to about, like if I continue to do it and my car start to heat up, I start to lose about 1/10 of a second every other time. And it's because the car gets hotter and hotter and hotter. That's why when you go to the racetrack, you see people, some people, they'll push their car up to the line instead of driving it up because they want to try to get their car as cool as possible before they get on the gas and get out there and race. Because as soon as you hit that gas, especially at them high RPM, the temperature gonna shoot up quick, I'm telling you. But with that other thermostat, I could get up to about 5 RPM and I will see the hand go from halfway, jump. It'll jump, come back down, but it'll be like, and you know what I'm saying? That right there kind of made me nervous. So I said I'm upgrade thermostat and see if that would do any good. And by God, it did. I'm telling you, like at the track, it never went above 200. And when it got up to 200, it'll drop right back down. On an average, I'm sitting somewhere between 187 and 190, even sitting in traffic on average. So I'm really loving that 180 degree thermostat because I watch my cooling temp a lot and it stays like in the mid 180s up to like the high 180s, maybe like 190. But only time it really go up to the 200s or above is I got to be running at a high RPM for quite a minute. But soon as I get off the gas, it comes right back down to 190s, 180. So I'm glad about that, man. I'm loving that 180 degree thermostat. And the last mod I did to my car, well, upgrade was, I upgraded Purple Royal oil to my car. Now, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Kind of having mixed feelings about that Royal Purple oil. They say it give you more torque, at least 1 horsepower. Your engine runs smoother and quieter. Is my engine running smoother and quieter? Yes. I even had a couple of other people to tell me that. They was like, man, your car run real quiet, you know what I'm saying, opposed to mine. And I said, I ain't really done nothing particular to it other than that Royal Purple oil. So it most definitely is more healthier for your car. Now, did it give me more horsepower? I don't think so. I don't really think so. And honestly, I'm not saying it's because of that Royal Purple oil. I honestly feel like I lost some torque somewhere, not horsepower, but torque. I feel like I might have lost some torque or two. I ain't saying it's because of that Royal Purple oil, but it seemed like when I was running that Pennzoil Platinum high mileage, that's what I was running before that Royal Purple, which is not a bad oil. It's actually a good oil. I just wanted to try that Royal Purple because I heard a lot about it, seen a lot of good reviews about it. My brother used it. He talk about it. He talk a lot of good about it, so I wanted to try it out myself. And it is more healthier for your car. I do think your car lasts a whole lot longer with that Royal Purple. But it seemed like with that Pennzoil, I had a little bit more torque. It seemed like I had a little bit more torque. I ain't saying it's because of the Royal Purple, but I'm just saying. Only way for me to truly give y'all a true answer on that is when I change my oil, put the Pennzoil Platinum in there, and then that way I really know for sure. So I'm not saying it didn't give me no horsepower. I'm just saying it don't seem like it. But that's what it said on the review. It's gonna give you 1 more horsepower, a little bit more torque, engine runs smoother, quieter. So being said that, I'm happy that my car I'm happy that my car runs smoother and runs quieter, but I want to see if I can get that little torque back, the little extra pull I had. But my car still, even though I feel like I lost some torque, my car still got a lot to get up on. Still got a lot to get up. So that's a wrap for the update and review on my mods. I'm happy with my tires. I'm happy with my intake. I know I done got at least about 10 more horsepower out of it. I'm happy with my 180 degree thermostat. My car's running a whole lot more cooler now. I'm happy about my pedal box. Seemed like that added some torque opposed to me changing the oil. Seemed like I feel like I lose some. So, you know what I'm saying? It's plus or minuses here and there. But I'm very happy with the mods I done to my car. Like I said, on the tires, the only downside about the tires is they kind of a soft compound. And especially if you're doing burnouts, they ain't gonna last long at all. But that's a wrap for this video, man. I'm finna get out this sun. It's hot out here, I'm sweating. If this your first video, man, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button. Until next time, be great, drive fast, and God bless America.